All right, fellas. So we're going to go ahead and take down all of the fighters of the 23rd World Tournament and just literally speed blitz this event. So let's watch this entrance.
そろそろ全開でいくかな。言っとくがおめえなんかに天下は取らせねえからな。確かこの近くのはずなんだけど。
So the music for this video is provided by the YouTube channel of Xeno Kensei. If you guys, haven't given him a sub, he always, mines the OSTs and puts them on YouTube for everyone to have, which is really, really awesome. But one of the comments read that OST is like the classic, like open world, intro into like a new world or something like that, like in a video game. And I just could not agree more. Sums it up completely. I absolutely love that OST from Bulma. We're going to go ahead and take down the 23rd World Tournament fighters in this stage of the Infinite Dragon Ball History event.
再びピッコロ様の天下が蘇るのだ。
So these Infinite Dragon Ball History stages, it's just like I feel like they keep getting easier and easier, which really isn't the end of the world, not the biggest deal. We have Red Zone and we have some other challenging events, Extreme Super Battle Road. Over on JP, you have the Gathering of the Shadow Dragons. You have that 8th anniversary event where you're up against the actual, the anniversary units. Like some of those later stages can get kind of tough. We have endgame content, right? Infinite Dragon Ball History really is meant for everyone to be able to complete. You can complete it free to play if you're using items. I mean, probably no items in a lot of cases as well. If you play the game enough and you have some of these characters, if you've summoned a little bit, you really shouldn't have any issues getting through any of these stages. There were, down the line, recent memory, there was one against the, reps of U7, there was one against Blue Gogeta and Broly. Those were actually kind of tough stages of Infinite Dragon Ball History. With the way that they can make them tough are the categories, right, that you need to use to complete the missions. And as I recall, those were very tough. And then again, a lot of them will cancel dodge in the final phase. Like, I think this last Infinite Dragon Ball History, the one against Whis, where he canceled your dodge in the last stage, it was just an absolute joke. I mean, and again, I don't disagree with it, but I just, they're not really that challenging in the end. I think a lot of it has to do with the quality of the units. It seems as though, you guys can probably tell, it seems as though they haven't really scaled a lot of these events for the 200% category. I think you could argue certain stages of Extreme Super Battle Road are some of the later stages, but even now, like, some of them are just like, an absolute joke. The latest Revenge stage, if you use a Rainbowed Friend, Piccolo Jr., you can just, one turn every single fight, basically. And then this is basically just one turning every single fight. One cool thing, I guess, is sometimes they use some of these more obscure characters. So we got to see the super attack animation from that Yamcha. I'm actually pretty convinced I've never, ever used that Yamcha. I'm pretty convinced of that. I've never seen that super attack animation, so that's kind of cool when you can use some of these more obscure units. I don't hate that necessarily. That is, of course, a World Tournament SR that you can summon from that banner. So, but let me know in the comments below what you think of the Infinite Dragon Ball History stage. I imagine a lot of you were like me and you just literally speed ran the stage. Let's just go ahead and get this done. Another nice thing is that these stages frequently go on long enough. There are enough phases, to where you can usually activate active skills and this kind of thing. So you do get to see a lot of the cool animations. And you kind of just get to have fun with the new characters, is basically what they want you to do. If you pull the character, they want you to those are usually the two categories that they want you to use. Hey, we just got the beam Ki Blast nullification right there. So that is, of course, you know, kind of a, not a super rare animation. There are plenty of beam supers in the game. But again, it's just kind of like a little battlefield for you to, you know, test out the units, see if you can, you know, max out their stats and this kind of thing. So I do like Infinite Dragon Ball History. Really nice, just, you know, it's kind of just a, at this point, it's kind of on par with like Boss Rush or something. Like, it's just so not challenging at all. So again, sometimes there's the rare anomaly where, you know, maybe you can get caught if you've got the wrong unit getting super attacked, or maybe you're running like a lot of like lower tier support units or something. I guess you could get caught. But you guys will see in this fight, like at this point, we've one-turned every single phase, I'm pretty sure, I think. Just these units just do too much damage, man, for these Infinite Dragon Ball History bosses to stand a chance. That's why some of these bosses, dude, for, you know, Red Zone are just so ridiculous, have so much health, have so much defense, have so much attacking power, because the quality of the units are just through the roof, higher than they have ever been in the game's history. Let's definitely go ahead and watch this. ああ, yes, that delicious active skill. By the way, the JP active skills and the entrance animation for Bulma I find so good, and I find the global one to be so bad. Do you guys have the same experience? Because I just... The Shenron with the English translation, dude, sounds like a baby Shenron. Like, the voice isn't even deep or menacing at all. I really think they missed the mark. I think on JP they nailed it, but I think on Global, dude, they really missed the mark on the voice acting. But again, JP is good. I mean, that's their primary audience anyway, so we go ahead and take down Piccolo. At this point, I thought the fight was done. I'm like, oh, we killed Piccolo, and then I'm like, oh, wait, Goku won the World Tournament. So we did indeed have one more phase to go where we're just going to be able to clown on this, you know, TEQ Goku. I was very excited to get that active skill. Of course, we know LR Bulma, probably the best unit in the game, or at least number 2 or 3. Like, she is right there. She is right there. She just, like, in most situations, dude, she's not taking damage. And then that active skill is just so powerful. She makes the whole rotation super effective, dude. That's wild. Along with 17% attack and defense. Basically, you're getting a full heal if you're able to get all of those orbs with Bulma in slot 1. She's also able to get just a monster attack stat. Remember, what we just saw is a not maxed out Bulma on a 170% leader skill, right? So remember, she doesn't fit into the 200% portion of Goku's leader skill. She's not on Battle of Fate nor World Tournament, but we absolutely just clown, dude. Clown this Infinite Dragon Ball History stage. I mean, shocker. I don't think anyone was expecting any different. You do go into the... I still go into these like maybe there could be a challenge, you know, come the 3rd or 4th phase. Maybe it could start... Maybe they have like a funny gimmick. Maybe they lock your rotations, or they dodge, or they do something goofy. They can do stuff like that sometimes to throw us for a loop, but as you can see, all 12 missions completed. You just need 3 World Tournament category allies, and then you need to beat it within 12 turns, and you get a whopping, what, 27 stones, I think, this time around. So I am not complaining at all. Slap a like if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you're new. Love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.